As far as moms and dads go, it is never okay for their daughters to dance provocatively. I am in my 30s, and my parents would hate it, especially my dad. When girls turn 18, and this was when I was younger, when girls turn 18 and start going out to clubs, they will pick up on moves that they've never seen. A bit like dirty dancing, when the young girl goes backstage when she was carrying Ellen, and there was all these people doing moves she has never seen. And like any parent, as soon as parents know exactly what their children are doing, they will try and stop their children from going down the wrong path and mixing in with wrong sorts of people and wrong sorts of behaviours. As far as pop stars go, young children tend to look up to people like Taylor Swift or Emilia Otto, and at times they are known to wear really sexy, next to nothing outfits on. I remember when I was 13 and I used to look up to Britney Spears and Sarah Michelle Gellar, who played Buffy. And I actually had a haircut exactly like Sarah. I did. And then, because Sarah often wore crosses against vampires, and she made it look cool, so I went out and bought a pink cross, and I was like, well, hey, I'm acting like Buffy. And also, she loved to have her hair up in really, really high ponytails. I copied it as well. And this shows how young kids will copy exactly what they see on telly. And I think it's even more important when it comes to celebrities to try and set a good example. I remember, this was a long time ago, this was when I was in 6th form at school. I was given a talk among everybody else to set an example, a good example, in case the young kids of the school looked up to us. We were in the top year, and I know when I was younger, I looked up to some people in the 6th form. let's just say with a celebrity like Britney Spears, like her, she originally started out with really long icy brown hair, exactly like me. And when kids at school made that comparison, I like that people were telling me, you look like her, she's hot, she's, you know, incredibly pretty, and I took all that as a compliment. And a few of her songs, which she did, really struck a chord for me for personal reasons. Hits like Sometimes and I'm Not a Woman, I'm not a girl, not yet a woman, and Overprotected. When Britney Spears, just like Taylor Swift, when they first started out, they had quite girlish teenage features, you know, because that's what they were. They went from sweet and cute outfits like a pink top, and they had the right amount of sexiness for a teenager. So say, for example, they had cut jeans on, a nice top, they would have it'll exposed. That for me is what a teenager is supposed to do or wear. As far as stage costumes go, when they, you know, they get a bit older and they want to put on, you know, next to nothing clothes on, this is what they look like when they are promoting music videos. Yes, because every single woman out there, once they hit a certain age, they want to be sexy. They all want to make the most out of their bodies, and if it means a cut number, they are going to do it. And this is normal. This is what, and also it also gets shown in music videos, because they are, as an artist, growing up from a young teenager to it's that in between us, like Britney tells us, she's not a girl, but she's not yet a woman. And at that age, we all experiment. I mean, I dyed my hair at this age. I was roughly about 15 when I dyed my hair. My mum weren't happy because I didn't tell her, but you know, teenagers experiment, and it, you know, and I Oh, these days kids will pick up magazines, like um, Vogue and things like that, and they will see a wonderful airbrushed woman who has a nice dress on. Well, I'm very sorry to actually disappoint young girls, but this is what I would do if I had a daughter who thought she had to look a certain way. Do you know what I would do? I would go into a shop, because they also have a magazine called Closer, which means close-up bits of celebrities and this time of year when they go holiday, and those the photographers are snapping from afar. Well, guess what? They have cellulite, and occasionally they forget to shave, and they actually eat. What they do is, if you take Britney Spears, for example, I think, was it in an interview, she told people all she was eating was Pop Tarts and crumpets. And I think, if I recall, a long time ago in a magazine like this, she was eating a burger. So they do eat naughty stuff just like the rest of us. So yeah, celebrities are just like me and you, only they are in the limelight. This is the message that teenagers have to understand. If I don't know, Christina Aguilera, or I don't know, Jennifer Aniston goes and poses and does what they do to have a picture taken for a magazine, they are going to airbrush. They aren't gonna go, well, here is Jennifer with her legs wide open. That's what they do in another magazine. And then hopefully, if kids can see things like celebrities gaining weight and what they looked like in 2000, the year 2000, and then they go to 2004, 2018. Guess what? Celebrities, they fluctuate in weight too. They do. And if we can look at these things for what they are, let's stop looking in these high-powered magazine books and think we have to go on crash diets or take pills. No. Has anybody, watched models walk down a catwalk? They look terrible. I'm really sorry, but they look awful. Dark eyes, thin bodies, and guess what we are constantly told about the opposites sex? Men like curves. They don't like women who are thick thin. I mean, how many times as my husband told me, she needs to put on a bit of weight. You know, because she's too thin. That's not beautiful when you're tired, hungry, and too thin. A person I know close to me, she used to be quite big, and all the time, she constantly eats. She doesn't have much in the way of vegetables, but she has lots of salads, eats lots of crisp breads, soups even, and at times some people are paranoid about their skin, because when you lose weight, you also lose it off your face as well. And if you happen to have quite a longish skin, there's this bit at the end that sticks out. And because I know people who have that problem, they hate pictures taken because it has to be, the camera has to be up here and they are just peering up because they don't like their skins. Because with some people, if they keep dieting and they never have any naughty things, they go pony. I mean, I know there's health reasons and things like that about, but mainly it's about what you put in your mouth. And teenagers in this day and age are trying to find their sexuality. And I mean, I remember a long time ago, I was in my parents' house, and I think it was it one of my aunts? She came to the house and she put lip liner on me. First time she actually did it, I'm like, oh no, I don't really like that. But after a time, I'm like, yeah, that makes me look hot, that makes me look nice. And as you do when you're a teenager, you got your music on, you're in your bedroom, you're in your element. And I had it on and I coloured it in. I did my eyes really, really nice. And I don't know what I was prancing in at the time. And my dad came in. I don't know why, but he did. And he just looked me up and down as if to say, ugh, I can't, you know. But anyway, I had a bit of confidence and I said, you don't like this because I'm sexy. And he actually, a little bit, he got in my face and said, yes, you look like a right heart. And coming off my dad, that was horrible. But my dad actually helped me a little bit by doing it, because I'm like, it knocked my confidence back, because I didn't want to be seen or thought of as a tart, the way he put it, because I put it down as beautiful, sexy. I mean, this day and age, because I am 30 years old, he will that I'm going to put a bit of makeup on. But look, this is my day look. Mascara, eyeliner, bit of blusher, and that's it for a daytime look. At the night time, I might put a bit of lipstick on, you know, I might do my hair really nice. Or I worry about teenagers. I mean, I had a conversation, was it last year, with a young girl who was practically 15, and I couldn't take my eyes off her. What she had on, her parents let her come out of the house in and to a party. This girl had heels the size of fists, a black dress, but it wasn't a simple black dress. It was caping here, all everywhere, and I could see the shape of her boobs, and I'm like, not the fact that I'm trying to stare or be in any way pervy, but I was absolutely flabbergasted that she was in that dress. It worried me. I'm like, is this what all 15-year-old girls are doing? I was shocked, deeply shocked. I mean, she was even having a cigarette. I'm like, if that was me all those years ago, my mum and my dad would have had a blue fit if I lit up in front of them. I know it's all supposed to be about choices and free will, but there has to be a cut-off age where it's only then acceptable. Teenagers this day and age, they want to grow up too fast. I mean, this girl, she had long hair, she had curves, and she was sexy. But I'm thinking, at 15 years old, do you really want to take your daughter and parade her all around in front of your work colleagues? It was wrong on so many levels. I mean, it's always on the internet. If it's a YouTube video, it asks you if you are 18 or over, because if you are 18 or over, guess what? You are classed as an adult, not a teenager, not a young girl, an adult. I mean, I know kids want to grow up, but this is ridiculous. There are loads of things going on in this world which we are all concerned about. Men or women who have screwed loose, these funny people about. I mean, I know, you know, teenagers want to grow up, but this is the age when they experiment, when they come home drunk. Do you shout at them? Do you punish? Do you accept? they need to have a moral compass. You know, this is what is right and this is what is wrong. This is what is acceptable and this is what isn't. I mean, I remember, I was at my mum's house and my cousin comes and she's a lovely girl. She's incredibly attractive and she had heights on and they were a little bit revealing. And I'm thinking, well, how can my cousin wear this? Because I'm is hot on what I wear out of the house when I was younger. And even now, I have a section in my wardrobe. What is appropriate to wear to my mum's house and what isn't? I actually do, because I can't be doing with the upheaval. But I think it really bothered me because my auntie, it didn't bother my auntie that my cousin was in these heights, and at the time I didn't quite have the words to explain who actually go. That makes you I didn't know how to say the words tactfully at all. I said that makes you look like a slur. I mean, and then there's my sister going, you just called her a slur. I'm like, well, I didn't quite mean it like that. But if that was my mum, she wouldn't let me go out the house like it. And it made me angry that my auntie allowed her to. And at times it's like if I hear kids or people younger than me swearing. I ever came out with anything like that, my mum would be so disappointed, really disgusted in me. And I just think, well, how can you do that? The world is changing, but I don't think it's changing for the better, because more concerns are brought up, like, is it acceptable that girls at the age of, I don't know, 14, 15 should get labelled as a young woman? Or is it okay for such and such to happen? When the clear answer is no. I mean, as far as music videos on YouTube go, as a parent you can put parental controls on the TV and on them mobiles too, because you have to be into and interested in what they're actually doing. I mean, and this is something as my niece, and she's only about 2. I mean, I watched her. I actually engaged her and watched what he was watching on her iPad. And, I mean, it was innocent. It was pigs jumping up and down in muddy puddles. And they were having a good time and also singing at the same time. Now, guess what? A couple of days later, or a week later, my niece was picking up drinks and tipping it over. And she was quite happy to get herself wet. And I think the idea was to jump up and down and sing. But every time she tipped a drink over, she got told off, shouted at, which it is wrong, but because that's what she was watching. Kids get ideas all the time. I mean, I remember when I was younger, Matilda, I watched Matilda, and of course it's a kids movie, all kids, but it came to the point where you could punish your parents if they deserved it. And I'm thinking, well, my mum was horrible to me today, so guess what? She deserves it. And that was my interpretations as a kid. I mean, and it's just, this is what I mean. You have to monitor stuff. I mean, was it one of my friends thought her daughter was old enough to watch something, and she listened to it, she watched it, she was listening for any bad words. She was constantly listening because she didn't want her daughter to come out with any F words or anything like that at all. And that is good parenting. Parents, I mean, it was like on Super Nanny. Was it that young girl had a headset on all the time, and when Super Nanny came over, said, "What are you listening to? Can I have a listen?" It was filled with bad words. It was keeping her occupied. It was keeping her busy. And she wasn't in any trouble, but that was what she was listening to on a day-to-day basis. There was another episode on Super Nanny where there was this young girl, she was a teenager, and she was busy in her bedroom clicking on was it what they called again? Cat rooms, who guys she doesn't even know, and the parents had no idea. I mean, of course it is hard, don't get me wrong, it possibly is hard to keep on top of every single thing, but it's important too. We constantly have debates. We constantly have debates of how to help our kids, what to do next. should we actually do this? Should we actually do that? This is my advice. Take an interest in what they are doing, and that way it builds up their connection to you, and at the same time you know what they are watching, what they are doing. So important.